Where you from, stranger? You're kind of unfriendly like, ain't you?
Where we come from, bub, man asks a civil question, he expects a civil answer.
Looky here, boy. I'm just as stubborn as you are. I don't cater to being snubbed. I'm going to get an answer out of you if I've got to shake it out of you. Talk.
Come on, talk! Kemo Sabe.
Hold it, mister.
You stop.
You all right, son? What's this all about? Ask him. Maybe you can get an answer out of him. We couldn't. He can't answer. He was injured in the war. Oh, I'm sorry, kid. I didn't know.
Me too, partner.
Don't think too harshly of them, Clint. It was thoughtless, but not intentional. I'd like you to do me a favor. I want you to give me a chance to prove that your brother is wrong. I want to talk to you alone. No, your brother doesn't have to know. We'll meet just east of town by the big tree. I know you've had a tough time of it, Clint. But you've only lost your voice, not your reason. I think I can help you if you'll only give me a chance.
He won't let you nothing, mister. Not if I got anything to say about it. You just leave him alone. We don't want nothing to do with you, do you hear? Come on, kid.
You think him listen to you, Kemo Sabe?
I hope so, Tonto. I'll know this afternoon. Silver, looks like he isn't coming. Hello, Clint. I'm glad you decided to give me a chance. I'm going to try to show you a few things. All you have to do is look. The decision is yours. All of that was once a barren desert until the railroad came. The railroad brought people, machinery, tools for making things grow. Frank Miller was the man behind the railroad here. Built some of it with his own hands, some of it with borrowed money, all of it with his heart. He worked shoulder to shoulder with men who were once his enemies. Frank Miller is the man your brother wants to kill. See those two ranchers there? I met them once. One of them was a Confederate captain, the other a Union corporal. They've joined forces now in a common cause. Feed their families and to rebuild a torn country. It's the same everywhere, Clint. Hatred and bitterness brought tragedy to this land. Now, with God's help, goodwill and tolerance are repairing the damages. Those fires were made by good neighbors. Yanks, Rebs, working together for the good of all. It's the only way, Clint. Believe me. Clint. Just one more thing. There's someone in here I want you to meet. Oh, Frank, I'd like you to meet a friend of mine, Clint Harkey. Clint, this is Frank Miller, the man I was telling you about.
Pleased to meet you, Clint.
If it's all right with you, Frank, I'd like to show Clint around a little.
Not at all. Glad to have you.
Thanks.
Hey, that's our signal, and Ned isn't here to take the message. Say, my friend, you...
Clint, do you know Morse code? Might be important, son. Take it down.
Well, doggone, it's about time I got a little help around here. You know, I've been telling you, there's too much work around here for a little old boy from Mississippi.
Always complaining.
Ed, shake hands with Clint Harkey.
My pleasure, son. Understand you're all from Georgia. Well, I always said Mississippi was the garden spot of the South, but I got to admit it's real nice in Georgia, too.
This is a confirmation from an order up north. Much obliged, Clint.
Yeah, lucky for you, Clint was here.
Well, it takes us southern boys to show them how it's done, eh, Clint? Say, where'd you all learn the code? Oh, yeah, I know about your injury. Well, just tap it out for me there with the pencil. Oh, in the Army, huh? Well, say, you know, we sure could use you around here. Yes, sir.
What about it, Frank? Job open?
Sure it is. How about it, Clint? You think you'd like it here? A lot of real nice folks in this town.
Clint. Wait a minute, Clint. Can't you see how wrong your brother is? There are a lot of jobs you can do. Honest jobs. Think it over, son. You've got your whole life ahead of you. It can be a good life. Got your whole life ahead of you, Clint.
He ain't fit for nothing. Can't talk, can't hold down a job, plumb useless.
You've only lost your voice, not your reason.
You and me gonna get even, Clint, for what they did to you.
Forget the past. Forget the bitterness.
He can't do nothing.
It can be a good life.
Can't do nothing. Come on, boy. Wake up. We got things to do. We got us a little old Yankee major to kill. Yes, sir, we let him squirm just long enough. Today we're gonna do what we come to do, and it's gonna be a real pleasure. Yes, sir, a real pleasure. What's the matter, kid? Come on, what's on your mind? No? No what? You mean you're out? I could see it coming. Last night I could see it coming. You can't talk so you let your conscience do it for you. Well, let me tell you something. That masked man may have put a bug in your ear, but you can bet your life it ain't contagious. That Yankee major's gonna get himself killed today. And you, mister, you better get your horse and ride out of town fast. Why, you... I hope so, Tonto.
Well, Clint, how's the arm? All fixed up?
I told the doc to do an extra special job on him. Gotta take good care of my employees.
We're sorry about your brother, son. But you know, a man just can't live with bitterness like that.
We've got a big job ahead of us here, Clint. I'm very glad you're gonna be part of it.
And you're going to have a lot of friends from now on, too.
And you know something, Ed? I think I know who's gonna head the list. The Lone Ranger.
What is it now, McKeever?
Nothing. Just admiring the view. Still over 100 miles to the nearest town. Good 3 days trip. It's too bad none of us will ever get there.
You're wrong. We'll all get there. Now get moving.
You drink coffee fast. We not waste time.
Oh, don't make him wolf it in and give him a bellyache. Thanks, it's real good of you.
Keep them covered, Tom.
Do something, will you? That snake poison spreads fast. Don't let me lie here and die.
I'll have to cut the wound and get the poison out. Tonto, make a tourniquet.
What about these two, Kemo Sabe?
Your brother's going to die if we don't give him immediate attention. Do I have your promise that you and your nephew won't break away from here while we're taking care of him?
Sure, Mr. Wolf. Promise you anything. Anything you want.
Me not trust this one, Kemo Sabe.
Neither do I, Tonto. You better keep him covered. You, come over here.
Hurry up, will you? That snake poison's spreading fast.
You want to save his life?
Yes.
I'm going to take a chance that you're not as cold-blooded as your uncle. You know how to make a tourniquet?
Yes.
We'll make one. All right, now grit your teeth. This is going to hurt. You did a good job. Without your help, I couldn't have saved his life. Now put out your hands. I'll have to tie you up again. It's too bad you're so set on being an outlaw. With capable hands like yours, you might have become a doctor.
You know, that was a real stupid thing for you to do, mister. You should let him die, and the odds would have been even. 2 against 2. You'd have stood a better chance of taking us in.
That's not the way the law works, McKeever. But I guess that's something you never taught your nephew, did you? What's the matter, Ward?
Can't go no farther. Too sick.
We better camp here for the night. Chris, give me a hand with your uncle.
McKeever, get off horse. Get over there.
Is he gonna be all right?
Well, I hope so. But thanks to your uncle, we had to wait too long before I could help him.
Mister, why did you do it?
Well, what do you mean?
Well, like Uncle Seth said, it's been a lot easier for you and the Indian if you'd let him die.
It's the duty of every lawman to save lives, not to take them.
Then why did the lawman kill my folks?
Chris, sometimes a tragedy like that can't be avoided. The lawman kills because he has to, not because he wants to.
Chris,
What is it, Uncle Seth?
it's real smart of you helping the masked man with your Uncle Ward. Made him trust you.
Yeah, guess it did.
Now we gotta turn that trust against him.
What do you mean?
I figured out a way to get him. But you gotta set the trap for me, Chris.
I do? How?
Tomorrow we reach Canyon Creek. Now the masked man and the Indian, they're gonna have a hard time finding a safe place to cross. You're gonna tell them the safest place of all.
Where?
Devil's Point.
Uncle Seth,
There's nothing there but quicksand. Whoever's leading's a goner for sure.
Yeah, we know it's either the masked man or the Indian that's going to lead us.
But Uncle Seth, they did save Uncle Ward's life.
Oh, sure, they saved his life so he can go back to town and die at the end of a rope like the rest of us. These are lawmen, boy. Same kind of people that killed your ma and pa. You forgetting that?
No, I ain't forgetting.
All right, you going to tell him Devil's Point?
All right, Uncle Seth. Devil's Point.
Tonto.
Yes, Kemo Sabe.
McKeever's all right?
Me not take eyes out of them.
I thought I heard whispering. They might be up to something.
They make move, me shoot plenty fast.
Well, I hope it won't come to that. Something about that boy I think is worth saving.
Him listen to Uncle too much. You not have chance to talk sense into him.
Sometimes talk is less effective than action.
What you mean?
You treat a boy like a criminal. He may behave like one. But if you show him you think he's honorable, he may try to be honorable.
Plenty big risk to take.
With a boy like Chris, I think it's worth taking.
Hope you're right, Kemo Sabe.
Better get back on guard.
This bad place to try and cross, Kemo Sabe.
I know, Tonto. We've got to get across it fast. He needs medical attention, more than we can give him.
I know a good safe place to cross.
McKeever, I wouldn't trust any recommendation you made. Son, you know this river fairly well.
Yes.
Is there a safe place near here where we can cross?
Yes, there's a good safe place. It's about a half mile downstream. It's called Devil's Point.
All right, let's move on.
How is Uncle Ward?
Well, that good. We'll let him rest.
Boy, tell truth, Kemo Sabe. River plenty shallow here. Look like good place to cross. Me make sure.
McKeever, come over here.
You're one of the most suspicious men I ever met.
It's men like you that made me that way.
That's just like the boy said. Safe place to cross.
Kemo Sabe! Quicksand!
Yeah, a real safe place.
Son, I didn't think you could be as rotten as your uncle. I hope there'd been a little decency left in you. Hold on, Tonto. I'll get you out.
Yeah, mister, how? You know, you're in a pickle. You don't help your friend fast, he's going to be dead. If you do help him, you're going to have to take that gun off us. Chris and me ain't going to stick around to see how you make out.
You planned this very cleverly, McKeever.
Yeah.
But you can't win.
And how do you plan on saving the Indian?
This gun is loaded. If you don't get Tonto out of there, I'll finish off the both of you.
Come on, Uncle Seth. We gotta help him like he says.
Nah, he's just bluffing. It's a lawman's bluff. See, lawmen, they got to live by a code of decency. They can't shoot anybody unless in self-defense. And he's not going to pull that trigger unless we give him cause. Meantime, your friend's sinking deeper and deeper. Of course, there is one way you could save your friend's life.
What's that?
Untie our hands, turn your guns over to Chris and me. We'll help you pull the Indian out. You save your friend, we get our freedom. Now, that's a fair exchange, isn't it?
You know I can't trust you, McKeever.
Well, what's your choice? Watching the Indian die?
You're right. I have no choice. I trusted you once and made a bad mistake. Now I'm going to try again. This time I hope you'll make your uncle live up to his promise.
What about me, mister?
Now, let's get Tonto out of there. We'll need some branches. Steady, Tonto! Come on!
Hurry up, Uncle Seth. If he sinks any deeper, we'll never get him out.
Stay put, boy, stay put.
But you promised.
Sure, I promised. I'd have promised anything to put a bullet in that masked man. Now they're both gonna die. First him, then the Indian.
No!
You gone crazy, boy?
You said you were going to help him. That's exactly what you're going to do.
But so you could put us both in jail? Not on your life.
You taught me to live by your code, Uncle Seth, not by his. And I will shoot you if I have to. Now you help him. I said help him.
All right, Chris, take it easy.
Grab it, Tonto! Hurry, McKeever! Hurry! McKeever! Now! You all right now, Tonto?
Me fine now, Kemo Sabe.
Chris, I'm glad you didn't let me down this time. Thanks. Now I'll take my guns.
I'm sorry, mister. I can't let you have them just yet.
What do you mean?
You saved my Uncle Ward's life. I figured I owed you one. But I owe something to my Uncle Seth, too. He's my blood kin. He's looked after me all these years.
What's he made of you? A hunted criminal.
I know he's done a lot of things wrong. And so have I. But I can't let you take him in.
That's right, boy, that's right.
Don't trust him, Chris. Believe me.
Look, Chris, this is one time the masked man's wrong. Blood's thicker than water. You know that. I'll do anything you say.
Then help Uncle Ward on his horse so we can get away from here.
Why, sure, boy, sure. You're a soft-hearted fool, boy. Now they're both gonna die. Look!
How bad is it, son?
Nicked me in the shoulder. I reckon I'll live to serve out my jail term. How long do you think it'll be?
You saved our lives just now. You proved there was more good in you than bad. That's something Tonto and I will tell the judge. Now, let's take a look at that shoulder.
McKeever brothers look plenty good behind bars, Kemo Sabe.
Now, they won't be causing trouble for a long, long time.
What about Boy? You think him stay on right side of law when him get out of prison?
I'm sure he will, Tonto. He's had a bad start in life. He's learned his lesson. I don't believe he'll make the same mistake.
I feel good to help Boy like Chris.
It always feels good to steer a man from wrong to right. Let's get mounted.
It's all your fault, kid. We'll be lucky if we don't spend the rest of our lives here.
Maybe it's no more than we deserve. We've hurt a lot of people in our time.
That masked man. Someday I'm gonna get him. Sooner or later, I'm gonna get him.
A lot of outlaws have tried that, Uncle Seth. None of them have ever succeeded. You see, he happens to be the Lone Ranger.
Hail Silver! Away!
Who's there?
Friends, Roy.
I knew I recognized that voice. Come on in. Hello, Tonto. How are you?
Be fine, Roy. Nice to see you again.
Well, what are you two doing here in Tylerville?
Well, we're on our way to Texas and thought we'd drop by to see how you were getting along.
You plan on making trip?
Well, yes. As a matter of fact, I get pretty tired of this neck of the woods.
Folks been giving you trouble, Roy?
Folks giving me trouble? Why? What's the sense of my lying to you? Sure, they've been giving me trouble, plenty of trouble. Gets worse every day. Can't get a job, no credit, nothing. See, when my father died, he left me this place, and I'd like to stay here, but I can't if I can't get a job and pay the taxes. There's still one way I can get money.
It wasn't a very intelligent remark, Roy.
When a man gets to the end of his rope, he ceases to be intelligent. I can't stand up to the whole town.
Maybe not. But you, Tonto, and I can certainly talk reason to one man.
One man? What do you mean?
A long time ago, I learned an important fact about intolerance. No one's born with it. It has to be taught. Now, who's the teacher here?
I see what you mean. Yes, the man you want is named Jess Tyler.
I don't believe I know him.
Well, his family founded this town. Got a lot of influence. Kind of a guy who never makes a mistake himself and can't stand anybody who does.
Where does this Tyler live?
The other side of town.
We should be able to be over...
Hold it. Now reach. All of it. Get Hillman's gun belt. You two, put him on the table.
Sheriff, what's this all about?
Yeah, from the looks of that carpetbag, Hillman, we got her just in time.
What?
I take it we're under arrest, Sheriff. Are we allowed to know the charge?
You sure are, mister. It's murder.
Murder?
And the victim's name?
Jess Tyler.
Yes. And from the way his house looked, you must have had a fight on your hands, Hillman.
I haven't been near Tyler's house.
You deny you threatened him?
Oh, no, but
What'd you do with the body, Hillman?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Would you mind, Sheriff, we took a look at Tyler's place? We might find some evidence there as to what happened.
Why not? We can take Hillman's confession there as well as any other place. Now get moving.
You might even think of where you hid the body on the way over there.
Ah, I see you got him.
Easy as falling off a lawn.
Just a minute. Where do you think you're going?
There's a bullet hole in the floor, Sheriff. A little digging may tell us what kind of a gun was used.
You're just chock full of ideas, ain't you? Why don't we get rid of his mask, Sheriff? No telling how many wanted posters you got on this character.
All right, mister. Off with it.
Sorry, Sheriff, but the mask remains on.
Lacey, help the gentleman.
Now then, mister, let's see what you look like.
Tonto, bring the gun!
I'm sorry, mister. I got no choice. I gotta get away or they'll railroad me for sure.
Running away never solved anything, Roy. You've got to go back and face them.
What?
The town's got to see that you're not afraid of justice and the truth. Only a guilty man would run away. You're not guilty, Roy. What do you say?
All right, mister, let's go.
And I swear to uphold the laws of Polk County and the town of Tylerville. So help me. I'll say I do.
I do.
All right, you're all deputies. Now get that posse going.
Let's go, men.
Sheriff. Sheriff, I just heard. Is it true? Is Jess dead?
Well, now, Ann.
Tell me the truth. Did Roy Hillman kill my brother?
No, he didn't, Miss Tyler. Draw, Sheriff.
You got a lot of nerve coming back here to Tylerville. I suppose your pal's about halfway to Mexico by now.
No, Sheriff, I'm right here.
Hillman.
I'm sorry about the fight, Sheriff, but I couldn't let your friend remove my mask. We had no intention of running away from justice.
In time, justice proved that Tillman not killed Tyler.
The Tonto and I are not outlaws.
Tonto. Is your name Tonto?
That's right, miss.
Sheriff.
Wait a minute. Masked man rides a white horse? Let me see one of your bullets, mister. Sure. It's silver. Why didn't you tell me about this before? I've heard a lot about you.
I didn't think you were in the mood to listen to explanations, Sheriff.
You think Hillman didn't kill Jess Tyler?
I'm not sure anyone killed Tyler. There has to be a body to prove murder.
Yes, but everybody knows.
Were your accusations based on fact or on prejudice? You're a lawman, Sheriff. You know that a man is innocent until proved guilty.
Something's happened to this town, mister. Something ugly. And I'm not proud of it.
What about you, Ann? Do you think I killed Jess?
No, I don't.
All right, mister, what now?
I'd like to do a little investigating on my own. That is, if the sheriff will agree.
Sure, I'll agree. I'll still have to hold this young fellow, though.
Where do you aim to start?
At Jess Tyler's house. You'd better wait here, Tonto.
I'll go with you. Any luck, mister?
Miss Tyler, what sort of a gun did your brother own?
I'm not sure.
Was it an old-fashioned cap and ball pistol?
Well, yes. Yes, it was, but how did you know? Is that bullet from Jess's gun?
Well, it's from an old-fashioned gun. And there are very few around today.
Are you trying to say that Jess might have shot himself?
I think it's possible.
He was terribly upset when I left, but...
Miss Tyler. Is this a picture of your brother?
Yes. It was taken about 3 months ago.
Miss Tyler, where's the nearest doctor's office?
In Twin Springs, but...
And that's it. We saw your brother this evening. His leg was bandaged. He was heading for Twin Springs.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
I knew that Mr. Hillman couldn't have committed a murder. And when Jess comes home tomorrow...
Bad news, Kemo Sabe.
What is it, Tonto?
Man named Lacey find out Hillman in jail. Townspeople form lynch mob.
No.
Sheriff hold off mob now, but not know for how long.
There's only one thing to do. We've got to produce Jess Tyler.
I know exactly where the doctor's office is. Let me ride to Twin Springs.
All right, Miss Tyler. Tonto and I'll go back to the jail. I can't tell you how important it is that you hurry. Good luck.
Who is it?
Ranger and Tonto.
It's a masked man.
How's everything?
Never so glad to see anyone in my life. How'd it go?
Apparently Tyler shot himself by accident. He's on his way to Twin Springs to a doctor. Ann's on her way there now.
Sheriff, this is Ed Lacey. We know you've got Hillman in there, so you might as well let us have him.
Well, if you got courage enough to come here and join us against this mob, I guess I got courage enough to go out there and talk to him. Now listen to me, all of you. I just got word that Jess Tyler is still alive. He accidentally shot himself. He's over at the doctor's office in Twin Springs.
Who brought the word, Sheriff? That masked hombre in there? He's just as guilty as Hillman. Let's string them all up! Yeah! Come on, man! Here we go!
What makes good men turn into a lynch mob? Can you tell me that, mister?
Fear, Sheriff. Bigotry, cowardice.
Why don't you men clear out? They don't want you, and I don't stand a chance.
Would you clear out, Roy, if the tables were turned?
You think Ann found Tyler?
Just give her time.
Jess Tyler was a good man. None better. Are we going to let his murderers get away with it? No! No!
I'll try firing over their heads.
That was a warning. Here's another. The first man that tries to break into this office gets a bullet for his pains. Well, that seems to have calmed him down a little bit.
Question is, how long will the calm last?
Look, Ann's never gonna make it. She's had more than enough time to get to Twin Springs and back.
You want me to break out, Kemo Sabe, and go to Twin Springs?
You never get through that crowd, Tonto.
Jay, you and Ralph get a battering ram. We'll show them.
Sheriff, bring your keys. Roy, you're not going to die without a chance to defend yourself. Open the cell.
Now make way for the ram. Come on.
This looks like the end, Kemo Sabe.
Keep faith, Tonto.
There we are. Everybody grab a hold. You all ready now, men? Yep. All together now. One more now. Come on now, one. Wait! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Lacey! Stop it! Stop it, Lacey! Well, yes, you're alive. Of course I'm alive. Go on, get out of here, all of you. Come on. We got no business here. No business. Let's go. Come on. Let's get out of here.
Everything is gonna be all right, eh? All right.
What more can I say? I only hope that you stay in Tylerville for many years to come.
Thanks, Jess. I'd like.
I've learned my lesson, mister, thanks to you.
No thanks to me, Mr. Tyler. But I think you can see now what sort of a disease intolerance really is. It's a sickness that hurts the persecutor as badly as the persecuted.
It won't happen again. You have my word for it.
I'm sure it won't. Now it's time that Tonto and I were on our way. Adios, friends.
I hate to see them go.
Oh, they'll be back, Ann, whenever they're needed. You can always depend on them, because they're Tonto and the Lone Ranger.